Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Hello, I am Tracy Smith, and
I'm Beth Venus,
and we are
Girls Talk Rock. We're so happy to have you here on a sun-setting Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to fetch a little bit because it's supposed to be Wednesday, but we're really filming on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's all good.
Okay, so y'all didn't hear that. We're having a double posting today because it is Tuesday, and usually Girls Talk Rock is on a Wednesday, and if you're listening on Wednesday, just pretend it's live. We're ready to go.
It is live because it's going on live on Wednesdays.
It is. Hey, it's a little darker, a little sooner. What do you think of that, Trace? Trace, are you ready for that?
Oh, I don't know. I tried to turn my clocks back, and my car didn't, and so I'm thinking I'm running an hour late now when I'm not.
Yeah, it's like that. But I'm kind of digging it,
I like it.
Because we're done earlier.
Yeah.
Not just here, like everywhere in life. We're like, oh, dark time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of
time to go to
loving that.
sleep. No.
But if you're a musician, that just means your night is longer.
The musicians never sleep.
We never sleep.
No.
It's an all-night affair. Last week we had the pleasure of having Steve Bradley from No Doubt, and we tend to kind of go back and forth with a national artist and then with a regional artist.
We're talking emerging artists.
Emerging artists. I love that word.
So we like the younger
emerging
artists. That's right, because it's all about the youth.
It is.
Correct?
And last week you were the celebrity visitor at the NAMM showcase of some great young artists.
Yeah, and that was held at the Museum of Making Music in Carlsbad, California.
If you haven't been over there, skedaddle over.
Yes. Shout out to Carolyn Grant, the executive director over there.
And she's the bomb. But more importantly, for y'all musicians out there that are used to bars and clubs and venues and funky stages, you've got to get yourself over to NAMM. Not only does it have the Museum of Making Music, and of course you want to get into the convention every year, blah, 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 blah. But they have a beautiful showroom for recitals and showcases. And you have professional artists who are playing. And they're really amazing. They sign the inside of that wonderful Steinway that's there at the stage. And then if you're an emerging artist and you just get to kind of play on the keys or sing or do what you do, you get to be on the same very special, intimate stage there at the NAMM Museum. So last week on Sunday, we had some great performers. We have 3 of them are going to be talking to us today. We have 2 in studio, live in studio. We have Ria Rose. Did I say it incorrectly? Rao. Ria Rao. I work with her every week. She's actually one of my students over at Studio CCMA. And she's a piano student who's an up-and-coming artist. She's just entered the intermediate ranks of technical piano play.
Awesome.
And then we have the lovely Marita Villalobos.
Say that 3 times fast.
I'm going to try. She's so we kind of have like a junior high representation and a high school representation. Welcome, ladies, to the show. Welcome to Girls Talk Rock.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're here to prove that you don't just have to play rock and roll to rock. Because
Well, and another thing is you don't have to be a super big artist already, because we talk to emerging artists, which is exactly what they are.
It's silly fun. Later in the second segment, we're also going to be joined by Monica is going to call in. I don't want to mess up her last name. I mess up everybody's last name.
Okay.
But Monica will join us because she just completed her first full arrangement of a total complete Beethoven Moonlight Sonata.
That's insane.
It takes about 19 minutes to play that, depending on the speed.
And what you've been working with her 9-10 months?
Yeah, it's about 9 or 10 months, and it is a 19-page piece with repeats of even more, but that's some work. And so those for our pop artists and tribute artists out there, I don't want to hear about you complaining.
Yeah, no
about,
whining.
The repeats and the returns and them notes getting in the way. These are really serious musicians, and we really have a joy knowing that this next generation is going into some really cool academic music that can be enjoyed by us all.
Well, and I want everybody to know that, of course, Beth is, a classically trained artist, and she is an instructor in local schools and everywhere, and she's got her finger on the pulse of all this, so that's why I'm glad she's my co-host.
It's so exciting. I know we were at NAMM and we were checking in before the show, ladies, and I was just shocked because they said, "What are you doing here?" They see me as the co-host or Groove Kitty. And I said, no, this is really where I spend my time doing this. So first, Rhea, I want to ask you, how did you like playing on a $60,000 Steinway piano for your first showcase?
It was really, it was a really cool sound. I've never played on like grand piano before, so it's really fun.
Pretty awesome. Play. And a different touch and a different experience, and getting those nerves out on a big old beautiful Steinway is pretty fun. We also have Marita here. Marita is 17, and you guys have something in common. You're both cross country runners, so we'll talk about that a little bit more. See, sports and music do go together. But Marita, what you do is really unique. You are a singer.
Yeah.
But you're not, getting notes. You are an opera singer.
Yes, I am.
It's so unique and it's so wonderful. And I'm going to have Rhea playing for you one of these days.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how you broke into having the interest of singing opera.
So it started, of course, when I was very young. It's really funny because I actually was... When I started really getting into singing, I was in first grade, and it was really funny because my school was doing a school play or a school musical where we would sing, and my first grade teacher made me do a solo because I was really good, and I didn't want to do it, but she made me do it. Her name is Miss Jones. I love her to death.
All right, shout out to Mrs. Jones for pushing you, because if she hadn't pushed you, who knows?
Yeah. So anyways, I sang, and then everybody told me to get a voice teacher. And when I got my voice teacher, Scott Gregory, he told me, if you want to sing anything, pop, rock, whatever, you have to train classically.
Yep.
And I've always loved the sound of opera because my mother has always been into music and listening to opera and everything. So I said, all right, let's do this. And we started singing opera, and I've never wanted to sing anything else.
Well, so you don't think at some point you're going to want to go pop because that's like where all the kids do? Or
No, I love opera.
Right, awesome. Pat Benatar, who started off just doing opera.
She is. And her mother was also a singer like that, yes.
And then she finally went, oh, I'll do
what?
both.
Now she's going to hit us with her best shot. Now look, that's how popular she is now.
But you see, also Katy Perry started singing classically. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what my voice teacher said. If you sing anything, start off trained classically.
And it gives you the range and the possibility. Rhea, you love piano. I know your brother took piano. What made you want to start playing?
I just really like music. I like how you can learn music and then play whatever you want on the piano, and it's really fun listening to you making your own sounds and everything.
It is. It's creating.
It is. Process. Well, if you have that creative mind, you can't sleep. Thank you very much. Stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. But it's hard to get your creative mind to shut down sometimes. But that's awesome that you guys are doing that at such a young age, because that's going to give you that boost to the future.
Well, it was interesting while we were getting the showcase started. We had about 50 people in the room. It was a really intimate showcase. And in came some people who were there for the museum, and they just wanted to sit and watch the players play. And that just tells you, how strong these musicians are, that they just really captivated complete strangers who were there for the NAMM Museum and came to watch and enjoy it. And something that was really interesting is, Rhea, you are a middle schooler. Mm-hmm. You're really, brave. We've got her here on the station today. Middle schooler, but you're playing a variety of music. You're playing classical music. You're playing some pop music and chords and tab, and you do a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Do you ever think about being an accompanist to play for somebody like Marita?
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
That's the first step of being in a band, kind of.
Yeah,
no matter what kind of music.
You have to work with others. Yes, you have to play well with others.
No matter what kind of music. And it is more challenging to play with others than to do something alone. You've been taking voice lessons, Marita, and I know you started taking piano lessons, and I'm going to harp you about that later. But very recently, other than this NAMM showcase, which, again, we'll be doing more of these in 2017 because that was just splendid. There's just such a good group of people over there. Yeah. And that was kind of our little test drive event. But you have sang at the LA Opera and San Francisco Youth Conservatory. Last summer, you performed at the Kennedy Center with the WNO Opera Singers Intensive Summer Program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh my goodness. So that was just the best experience of my life. So of course, first I had to audition over video, and that was just the process. And I got in, and I was super stoked because, I mean, first off, Washington, D.C., amazing. Second off, the Kennedy Center, amazing. Third off, all of the people there, all of my directors, my singing coaches, they were so much fun, but they took everything, so seriously. Mm-hmm. I've never learned so much in 3 weeks. I learned so much about opera history, music theory. I learned many different songs, and I performed them in 3 weeks. So it was
huge,
really fast.
like being speed.
Well, what I want to know is how many people did they actually select for that program?
I think there was about like 25 or 30.
And that's not a lot. I mean, you got selected from a pretty good,
yeah, there was a lot of people.
Entries.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of entries.
That's amazing.
Well, you mentioned the history.
Yes.
And I'm going to get total dork on you,
Go
Tracy.
for it.
I love to get all nerdy
Geek
on
moment.
you. Geek moment.
Go ahead.
How much, and I know, Rhea, we've talked about this with piano too, sometimes knowing a little bit about the composer and or the story or the time frame of why it was created.
Yeah, exactly.
Is so inspiring, and it sounds
Cool.
so corny.
It
We're
is
having
cool.
a PBS moment here.
Right.
But really just exciting because their lives are kind of crazy passionate and funky.
Yeah,
For
really,
both of
really.
you, and I don't know who wants to go first. What was the most inspiring little doodad of a history that's inspired you to sing or play a piece?
Part of history. Honestly, I love Mozart's story because, I mean, he was such a great composer. He's amazing. But he had no money when he died, That's just,
Nothing.
It's so crazy because he's so incredibly amazing. He was so incredibly amazing, and his music still lives on.
Right.
And I can't wrap my mind around that, so many people know his music.
It is about legacy.
What's your favorite Mozart opera?
Oh my goodness, the Magic Flute.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, what else would
I'm
we say?
sorry, I know, but
And you know this little story about who he is in the Magic?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God. Tell the story.
Oh my goodness. Well, of course, what I learned was, he has there's this kind of, the Queen of the Night is for example, she's a powerhouse. And the notes that she sings shows it off so amazingly. But I mean, the fact that she gets, kind of trampled in the story and how she's shown as really aggressive, just kind of
Well, she gets crunched, and there's we're just going to get into this real quick because I know we want to get into the second segment. But the Marriage of Figaro, the Magic Flute, we were talking about Don Giovanni, really dark and wonderful.
Oh yeah, Don Giovanni.
But the Magic Flute in particular has a character that is a bird. And, and he gets caged, and then he gets shut down. His voice gets shut down. He gets turned. And to me, that's just him inserting himself into the story because he was controlled and shut down. And I'm like, he put himself in the movie, in the opera. It is really, there's so many metaphors for it. What a great artist. If you could sing any part, what would you want to sing?
So I've already played Pamina in one of my summer programs with the San Francisco Youth Conservatory, and I would love to do a Queen of the Night.
Awesome.
Those notes are so
Everybody
crazy.
wants the amazing role, right?
That's a lot of breath
big
support.
one.
A lot of breath support for
It
that,
is.
right?
Yeah.
What a great goal. Rhea, who do you like to play? I know you've had a few different artists that you've been playing, but who do you enjoy to play?
I like playing music or the artist.
Beethoven or Mozart
Or Katy Perry. Yeah, right. I was going to say, let's get into some pop here.
I like playing a lot of chord music. I played Hello and by Adele and pieces like that. And I also like playing Theme. That's one of my favorites to play.
Oh, Mozart's number 40.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yes.
Look at you guys both with your Mozart.
Right. This is a Mozart kind of day.
Well, he's a passionate guy.
He is. Yeah. He's got a lot of legacy and a lot of history.
And for our listeners out there who are all about the rock, pop, Even you jazz folks.
Yeah, jazz, listen up.
Let's listen up, because
Right.
this is where it's at. It
Right.
all comes from Mozart. I'm just
It
going to
does.
say it right now. Maybe a little Beethoven. People
Well,
will
no,
get a little
even the
jealous.
pop stars of nowadays have taken notes that they hear in classical pieces and turned them into a very popular pop rock song.
Oh, it's so
Which is amazing.
delicious.
Yes.
I'd love to hear that, we have young people who are interested in classical era music and sees the relationship between classical era and the modern era.
Right.
And they are not separate, that they are really intertwined. In
Making
so
it your
many
own.
ways.
Making it your own. That's important.
Well, what do I always
That's
say,
creativity.
Rhea? That operas are like soap operas, right? It's true. It's like I can't pay the rent. You must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. I'll pay the rent, and I'll sing about it. And then it's great. It's like over the top drama.
I do like the one Rent. I like that.
Oh yeah,
Because my favorite song of all
Theater.
time, is in that musical Rent.
yeah, and that is inspired by the opera. Oh goodness, La Boheme.
La Boheme.
Yes, of course. I knew that.
And the theme is brought into it. The theme from La Boheme is brought into the theme from
Rent.
in Rent. So they bring it, they transcend it right into the play.
Right.
It's like a
But they
modern
brought
day
it up
West Side Story.
that's right. They brought it up to modern days, which I love. And
We're going to talk a little bit more
the
about
artists
that.
are amazing in that. The music that was written for Rent is just out of this world.
Musetta's aria, they take the
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to cry.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
It is. It's like, how often when we were listening, Rhea, do we play a section and I go,
Yeah.
isn't that wonderfully beautiful and crazy? Well, we're going to go into our next segment. We also are bringing Monica on board, who just finished her complete arrangement of Beethoven's
Monica.
Moonlight Sonata. And we're going to also continue to talk about some classical music, which you guys are working on, some goals you have, and how it corresponds with some modern, current day stuff. And then we're going to talk about NAMM some more. So take a good listen. If you can, we're going to also give you some sites where you can listen to Ms. Boss, and we're going to have some sites where you can get in touch with her instructor for voice, because this is somebody who's taken it quite seriously. They're on the road. Up and coming.
So we want to thank, of course, Enter Talk Radio for having Girls Talk Rock program on air. And of course, we want to just thank Silver Tiger Production. We're going to be talking more about what they've got coming up and all the stuff that's going on in town. Get ready.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Make this your vinyl night. I'm John J.R. Robinson, and every week, music creation comes alive through stories, experiences, and sounds when vinyl records filled our hearts and minds. My friends and I share our tips and techniques used in creation of iconic tracks for recording artists such as Michael Jackson, Eric Clapton, Quincy Jones, and Steve Winwood, to name a few. Vinyl has emerged hot, and the soul of vinyl defines art and passion which burns deepest at night. Tune in.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolbear, the host of Sound Experience on Intertalk Radio. Each week, I talk with top professional audio engineers, producers, musicians, and the manufacturers that make the tools that we use in the studio each and every day. From capturing the perfect take to mastering your final release, and the tools and how the pros use them, we are going to dive deep into their process and learn from their experience. I look forward to you joining us each week on Sound Experience with me, your host, Tim Dolbear.
Hey, it's Tracy Smith
And Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock right here on the Enter Talk Radio Network.
every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
STP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all at
It's all that.
silvertigerproduction.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
We're getting a little bit crazy in the studio. I'm just
I
saying.
am. I'm feeling excitement because we are talking about classical music for the first time in a very long time on Girls Talk Rock, and I totally get my just happiness. I get warm and fuzzy, don't I?
Yeah.
We are so lucky. We have Ria Rao, and we also have Marita Bos Villalobos. And now online, we have our wonderful Monica Edeger, who is also, Monica, you are 15, yes?
Yep.
Sophomore at San Marcos High School.
Wow.
And I was just sharing with our guests that you just completed something that put you in the 1 percentile of all musicians ever. You finished your we'll say finished, but completed the first round of preparation for playing a full piece, all 3 movements of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Welcome to our Young Players Showcase.
Incredible.
So I guess our first question is, how did it feel to play at the NAMM Showcase this last Sunday, October 30th, you guys played. They were over at the NAMM Museum of Making Music in Carlsbad, California. How did it feel to present that for the first time, and not bad on a beautiful Steinway piano?
I was really excited, actually. When I got on, I felt really comfortable playing, probably because I've run through it a bunch of times. But it was really nice. It was a nice experience, too.
I think it was really welcoming. Like, everybody was just so warm-hearted. We have different artists here, and I guess the thing I want to share is that we have so many people who get up and do big shows, whether it's at House of Blues or Humphreys, or you're on a big stage in LA or wherever you're playing, and people get nerves.
Right.
But for everybody we had playing on Sunday, and these are pretty accomplished musicians, everybody was pretty composed.
They did great.
Was there like a really composed group, just prepared and peaceful and easygoing and a little bit fearless compared to what we're used to with a lot of musicians. No drama. It was
well, I mean, come on. As an emerging artist, you don't have all that stuff going on. You're just very concentrated, right, on what you're doing. That's right in front of you.
Yeah, Monica, you just got through all 3 movements of the beautiful Moonlight Sonata by the wonderful Beethoven. What were was there like something you discovered along the way that you didn't expect to discover in taking that piece on?
I think when I started playing it, I didn't really expect my dynamics to be where it is now, because I've always been the kind of person that didn't really play dynamics as much.
Yeah.
And so as I continued to explore Moonlight Sonata, it sounded weird not playing with a dynamic. So I think in that way, it kind of changed the way I play everything else.
And now, did that come from your music teacher?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think of a dynamic life, right? But, we notice it with all our players. And I think a lot of people think of when you play classical music from any era, whether it's from the, what's thought of classical era,
right,
or Baroque era, or Romantic era, or what's considered contemporary, people really think it's really straight-laced. And sometimes it is. But more times than not, there's a lot wider perimeter than people want to realize, I think. And you really expressed that beautifully on Sunday, Monica. And Marita, for you singing, are you given the same graces? And do you feel like the more your technical skill expands, the more you can share that dynamic?
Yeah, I of course, a few years ago, my one dynamic when I first started was quiet. And then after my voice teacher, got on me about that, because opera singers do not use microphones on stages.
Right.
So he got on me about that. And then my one dynamic was loud.
Really loud.
Yeah, really loud.
Project.
Exactly. That was my mindset, because I had been extremely quiet for the first few lessons, and then it was like, loud, project. So I was able to do that because breath support and everything. And then I am able to, if there's not like a set dynamic in a certain part, then when I learn the Italian lyrics, then I'm able to kind of feel what should be quiet or soft or.
And there's a little bit of room with that. Where not just where it says mezzo, actually
mezzo forte, or
sometimes there's nothing.
Yeah, sometimes there's space where I'm like, what do I do? And then I just kind of do what
you just interpret.
Yeah, the music tells you. The music does tell you what to do. And same with when you're learning, when you're teaching yourself like what movements would fit with the song. Mm-hmm. I was singing Batti Batti from Don Giovanni, and it's a piece that Zerlina sings, and there's a part where in the music that goes da, 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 and it's like it sounds like you're supposed to be walking. So I knew that I was supposed to be walking. There's parts in music that do that, and it's really great, especially with Mozart, because he gives you all those things. Well, you're like, I know I'm supposed to do this.
Of course, if you listen to the piece before you sing it and or play it, then you know a little bit of what to expect of what is expected or how you want to interpret that,
of course,
that part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I know when Monica was working on this particular, especially the third movement, which is really extensive. Tell me if I'm wrong, Monica, there's so many sections that even if you've heard it, feel new because it's just so darn long. And we would joke, like there were portions of the music, and you've had this too, Rhea, where we almost get excited if there are no dynamics, because then we say, what are you feeling then? Right. And does it feel like you're in a rush? And does it feel like you're walking on air, or does it feel like a tide coming in? And of course, you can think of every metaphor in the world. And more often than not, you guys hear me say, do you feel like it's a big breath being taken? Like, we just want to see music as a vocal almost when there is no vocal. Monica, was there a portion of any movement, of course I'm thinking of the third movement in particular, but where the dynamics carried you away and you were like, wow, I just rediscovered the piece through that section?
I feel like in the first movement, especially since it's not moving as much as the third movement, I started to see like what the dynamics did to it, like how it told the story. And then as I got to the third movement, those dynamics kind of came into play, especially when it would be like really quiet and then it would get loud. So then the contrast was more, it showed more when after the first movement.
People really notice it too. I know with your Mozart piece, Rhea, like you just want to it's like being in a drama. It's like being in a soap opera, playing Mozart sometimes. Mm-hmm. When you started theme number 40, which for those listeners who don't know what that is the one, we could hum it, right? Yeah. Like it's wonderful. And of course it sounds better when you play it than when I hum it. And we will come into that. But that huge spread and trying to really pound that out the first time you play it, and then this is just like anybody who plays AC/DC the first time, you just want to play it loud and you want to play it hard. And then you start to like enjoy the intricacies of the music, right? Do you guys all like it better when you self-discover that, or do you like it when, oh thank goodness, like the teacher showed me through this, or is it like so exciting when you find it yourself?
Yeah, it's really exciting when you like do something and then you discover it yourself.
Yeah, I think well,
I think that's the best part about learning, whether it's music or any other thing that you learn in life, right?
It's crazy to see it all.
You have to do it for yourself, is my point. You have to do it for yourself. Somebody else can tell you how to build a house, but until you physically build a house, right?
Holy Mary.
You don't know all the pieces and parts and things that go into building a house.
Would you wish it on anyone? Would you say?
No, but that's part of the learning process is doing it hands on by yourself.
Well, and this is interesting to me because you guys we're all talking about classical music here. I want to remind our listeners that we have 3 wonderful guests in studio today. Well, one call-in, Monica Edeger, classical pianist who's just reached an advanced level playing a full piece, and Marita Vos, our Villalobos. I can't even say anything. And of course, the beautiful Ria Rawi. And Marita goes to High Tech High North County, which is a school that is a smaller population.
Yeah, it's great.
And has phenomenal things going on. But it's interesting, they don't have a strong music program. So you have that experience as a semi-professional. Really?
Yeah, I have wonderful parents that are willing to drive me to LA, are willing to take me to DC. So it's amazing all the opportunities that, even though that I don't go to an art school, it's amazing all the opportunities I have
to make it happen.
Yeah, major thank you to my parents.
Now, do you guys all playing classical and being in private lessons and doing kind of, out of what's the norm right now? And if you guys know me well enough, I see participating in music kind of like being in a sport. It's you're committed to it, you put the time in, and then you have to decide what your expectations are from your time. Do you guys find your expectations changing of what you want to do in music as you turn into young adults? Who wants to go first? Monica, who's the oldest here? Is it Monica or no? You're the oldest, Marita. You're the oldest. So. I've got a junior, a sophomore, and a
sixth grader.
Sixth grade, middle school.
Sixth grade. Oh my God! I can't even tell you what I was doing when I was in sixth grade. But
like not playing classical music.
Not playing classical. I'm not technically not a piano player. No.
But do you think it's your goals change, like when you start to experience and actually love it, where it's not force fed into you, and then you actually start to enjoy doing it yourself, and it's something, it's a new trajectory you're on. So I'll also have Marita go, and then Monica, and then Ria. What do you?
Well, I have never been forced into it. Thankfully, I have parents who, support everything that I want to do, and I've always wanted to do music. I've always loved singing. And has it changed? I remember being 8 years old, saying, I'm going to be an opera singer when I grow up. So, put in the work, and hopefully the outcome will be opera singer performing on professional main stages.
I would love to see you with an acoustic guitar doing opera.
You know what? That would be awesome. That. Teach me guitar.
Right? Let's do that. Because what a great crossover that would be. Right?
Well, now, Beth, you know how much I love The Voice, right?
Yes,
so I'm going to ask her the question. So if you get a chance to audition for The Voice, what are you singing? Because you're not going to roll in there with an opera.
I'm rolling in there with an opera thing. That's who I am.
Well, then that's what I'm saying. Boom. So we're going to have to do that because we need to change the voice and how it does what it does.
Yeah.
Which is, if it's about the voice, then let's do it. That's what I say.
I love it. I think that'd be, well, and just to have the exposure to other kind of music. Monica, do you think your goals have changed now that you found a kind of love for it yourself and wanting to expand what you do with it? What's your trajectory now with music? Do you think it's changed since you're kind of self-motivated?
I think now it became an actual part of my daily life rather than my weekly life. Because before it used to just be, I would go to lessons every Saturday and I wouldn't really practice. But now it's like, it feels weird if I don't practice every day. So nice. I feel like that would carry on into my future. And I would hopefully do something in the music industry.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
And that's the thing. You're hearing this from the youth. So I want the listeners to realize that these are young adults coming up in the system, right?
And
they're the ones that say, I need to practice as an individual before I get into a band with others. Because it's only going to make my band stronger. The weakest link that's right. You're only as strong as the weakest link. So if all the players are amazing, then you're going to have an amazing band and or project, whatever you decide to do.
Especially if they know how to listen. Yeah.
Right?
What do you think, Ria? You're just in middle school, but what has changed about what you want to do?
Well, when I started piano a few years ago, I didn't think I'd be able to play Moonlight Sonata because I heard, like, Monica doing it and everything. So, yeah, now it's really cool being able to play the first movement, even though it's not in the original arrangement. It's, yeah, I think my goals have changed because I wouldn't have thought that I had, like, the guts to take on, like, a longer piece like that. So now I'm excited to do it.
So you're basically being inspired by the girls that are older than you that you're hearing and seeing. Awesome.
It makes such a big difference.
It does. You've got to have inspirations in life.
To see that it can be done.
That's right.
I often wish I could get some of my pure rock and rollers in to participate with some of this other kind of music, because again, anybody who plays with me and who are under my tutelage, I always go, oh, it's all integrated. It's all the same thing to me. In a weird, lot more discipline on the classical side. But that discipline transcends into anything else you're doing, because I think you take it with you. Some of those things.
Yeah, you do.
You guys have all kinds of places you've played, and I know, Monica, we're fixing to get you on kind of a circuit in the spring and of 2017. You'll be doing some shows and some competitions, and I know we're going to talk to you about that coming into our last segment, of course. And I also want to talk to you, Marita, about where you're going to be performing and what your goals are. And we're also going to be talking to Ria about her big steps. I think junior high is such a pivotal time. Like, and of course, Monica, you think so? Like, if you stick through it through middle school, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Monica, do you think? Yeah. If you can stick through it through middle school, then you're kind of golden. Then you're like, I'm in.
All right, cool. So hold that thought, everybody, because I've got a really quick announcement to make before we get to leave our last commercial break. So we're talking about a podcast that is being done right now at the NAMM Foundation, and it's called Taking Up Music Education, and it's a podcast. So we're very excited to announce that we will be working directly with them, and we will be listening, and everybody can all go and check it out. It is a podcast from the NAMM Foundation about music education. And your host, Mary Lucier, chats with teachers, parents, students, and community leaders. And they share stories about what they are doing to create the music and learning opportunities, because they believe in music and they believe in the music industry highly.
Well, and they're the root of things going on.
They are.
Over at NAMM. And I want everybody to know there's a few different chapters of things happening at NAMM. And we're very excited that InterTalk is now partnering to do some exciting communications and education in music and radio programming. So we'll have more about that in our last segment. We're on with the beautiful and wonderful Monica Edeger, Marita Villalobos, and of course the wonderful and amazing Mozart player.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear, host of Sound Experience here on InterTalk Radio. And Source Connect by Source Element is the essential tool that we use to link between my studio in Austin, Texas and the WS radio station in San Diego. Now with Source Connect, not only can we communicate in real time and with HD audio, but it's synced up and is of a high enough quality that I can use it for real-time ADR work, remote recording, and overdubbing, and it even allows me to remotely control a DAW. Source Connect by Source Element. Affordable, high-quality audio and video connection over the internet for all of your production needs.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on InterTalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Girls are talking rock again.
And people are listening.
Today we're talking bands.
Let's talk promotion. Red Giant promo, graphics, EPKs, video, photos, social media, and brand building using content marketing.
But let's talk studio at CCMA, which is events, rehearsal, tour prep, piano, guitar, voice, rock band, lessons, workshops, and clinics. Yeah!
Both proud sponsors of Girls Talk Rock.
Well, get the lowdown on these services and contact me, Tracy, at girlstalkrock.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.
Welcome to Girls Talk Rock, where the musician's creativity finds its voice. And here are your hosts, Tracy Smith and Beth Venus.
Are we back, Beth?
Oh, we are back, and I wanted to say we're in show talking about our showcase performers of classical era music. Classical meaning, yes, Paul, Baroque. It ain't Baroque until it's Baroque. Baroque, classical,
well, no, it's girls talk Baroque instead of rock.
Baroque. Girls talk classic.
All right.
We have Ria Rao, we have Marita Bos Villalobos, and of course the wonderful Monica Edeger here, all showcase performers from the NAMM Showcase on Sunday, October 30th of this year. And I have a feeling they'll all be doing a little bit more. We're talking about the connection between classical and contemporary and how they kind of transcend. We're in our final segment here, and we are going to talk about a little bit about what you guys love playing. Monica, I know you just got done getting through all three movements. What is something contemporary that you think these new skill set you have that will lend itself to?
I think when it comes to playing songs with different chord structures, I think it's going to, after playing Moonlight, it's going to help me complete those songs because my hands have gotten used to playing all 19 pages with those structures.
And recognizing the patterns. I think you see familiarity more often, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It comes faster after seeing the different ways that Beethoven organized it. And it's interesting to see how it follows through into the music that we listen to today.
And yeah, I was going to say, I'm interested to see what you guys do in the future with when you do write original material.
Because we're assuming you all will.
Because of course, and I want to hear what pieces and parts you take from what your classically trained background and put it into and create new.
Yeah, Ria,
make it new.
What sounds do you like? Do you think that any of the classical you've done transcends to some of the Adele and pop music that you jam on? You see some of those. What are the common denominators? Some of the things that are similar.
Like sometimes like the arpeggios and like the chords and sometimes the scales too. Like when I'm doing like pop music, I usually look at the chords first and then try to fit in how I can make it sound better.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
So I think those would help me know the arpeggios and like how I can make it sound better.
She sounds like a pro already.
Dude, I know. She's what, sixth grade? We're talking sixth grader.
How can make it sound better? And you do. You do a great job. Marita, are you compelled to do anything really contemporary, or is it a little bit like, eh?
I don't know. I sing to the radio all the time. I mean, I sing pop music to myself. I don't do it in voice lessons, but I mean, yeah, I'd love to if I ever do get the chance to do that. Then I mean, I would love to because, it's really funny that you brought up The Voice because my mom told me that I should go on The Voice and sing pop songs. And I said, I don't know, Mom, I'm kind of classical. Like, that'd be awesome to bring that to The Voice.
Yeah. So what we want to do right now is we want to give her a second. We want to get her. Go ahead, Beth. Tell her. We're gonna get her to sing a small piece for us. Maybe give us 30 seconds of what you do so that our listener can actually hear. So you're on,
right,
girl.
So this is an Italian. I am feeling a little under the weather, so
she is.
That's all right.
I can vouch for that. You've been
so let's hope my voice sounds good right now. Oh God, there we go.
She got it out.
Clear it out. Clear it.
Here we go. La speranza al cor mi dice che sarò felice.
Wow.
So pretty. Like,
So tell everybody how old you are. Just tell everybody how old you are.
I am 17 years old.
Okay, so you guys just heard that from a 17-year-old, which is so amazing because this is what our youth is all about. I'm just saying.
It's kind of cool. Now, your dream is to play in Puccini's Madame Butterfly.
Yes.
What a joy that would be. It's so dramatic. So sad.
I've always loved that role. I think that was the first opera that my mother took me to, and I've always loved that role. I love the song Un bel di vedremo, but I mean, who doesn't, of course.
Who doesn't?
Right?
Who doesn't love that? And listeners, if you've heard it once, you will. Yes, it is stunning.
And if you haven't, please listen to it.
Please
Un bel di
listen
vedremo. It's so beautiful.
It's Maria. What would you tell listeners to listen to if they haven't been doing a lot of classical that you've been exposed to that you would compel them to listen to after you got excited about it?
I'm not sure actually, but there's lots out there, so I can explore.
I would say if they started with your Mozart number 40, or Little Beethoven, that might not hurt.
Yeah,
that's kind of addictive.
Really, but to hear a sixth grader say you've got to get out there and explore what music's out there if you haven't heard it, that's just amazing in itself. Right? Whether it's classical or pop or rock or country or just listen to something new because you never know what you're going to love unless you hear it.
Yes.
Right? Monica, are you on the same page? I know you are getting headstrong into Joplin right now. What do you think the common denominator with contemporary music is, and what would you ask people to take a listen to that you think maybe they're not listening to enough?
Well, I guess the obvious answer is for me to say Moonlight Sonata.
I've always loved that song, Monica. You played beautifully.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Really,
right,
it is.
Right.
There's something about that piece that shares a little bit of every era in it.
Yeah.
And it's still so Beethovenian.
And I think a lot of songs were actually taken from individual chords and pieces and stuff that are in that actual
he's
movement.
a little indulgent,
right?
He gets into this like scale patterns and then like these crazy fast emotions and then really passionate moments. Do you like the quiet moments or the passionate fast movements better, Monica, of that piece? Other than the aching hands you have at the end, but
I like the quieter parts because one, it was a break from my hands, and two, I was able to choose how I wanted to play it a little more than with the loud ones because the loud ones would stand out more, and so it had to be more precise.
Yeah, the precision is different. And the fortissimo has a lot of staccato dynamics at the end, so you're really like punching into the
so for people that don't know about all these terms, why don't you just tell us what you just said?
Okay.
Educate us, Beth.
Because, it's so fun because what do we say? Staccato is
really quick,
detached tones, right?
Okay. Tap on the piano.
Like punches, tap, tap, tap. It doesn't mean fast, though. It could be it's like little snaps.
Just little puffs of music?
There you go. Short and detached tones.
Okay.
Detached tones where legato is smooth and connected. I would say the difference between popcorn and caramel.
All right, go.
Well,
see, that's good. I like getting an education sitting here because sometimes we don't know all the terms. And you can throw all those big words out there, Bethy, but you have to break it down for us that don't know.
For me.
Well, all right.
I'm just so lucky to have these great performers, young performers, and for anybody out there who's listening from the orchestra world or from the opera world here in our very own San Diego Opera House or elsewhere in the country, and from orchestras and bands and jazz around, these are three young performers who are just exploding onto the scene.
Totally.
And interested.
Yes.
And, they don't want to change it. They just want to enjoy it.
Right.
And to really be able to enjoy something is the height of enjoying the art of it.
That's right.
And so I just want to expand to have everybody who's listening, do take a listen. Check out Girls Talk Rock. We will be posting when we do some more of these NAMM showcases with artists like this who just need to be heard and also be part of the community of semi-professional and upcoming playing musicians.
So what I'm curious about is where do you guys get gigs or where do you look for things where you can actually get out in the public and play other than a recital?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't do much outside of summer camps and recitals, but the summer camps, give us a lot of opportunity. And most times it isn't just parents, showing up. And I actually have this wonderful opportunity coming up where I will be singing, not on the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion stage, but during the intermission for Tales of Hoffman. Oh my goodness, so excited. I love that opera and I can't wait to see it. I love Vittorio Grigolo so much, and he's going to play the main role, but I'm going to have an opportunity to sing on one of the tinier stages that's within the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion at the intermission with a few of my friends that are my same age. And that's really amazing because I really hope that, we'll do amazingly. And I also hope that I'll get to meet Vittorio Grigolo.
Well, that's what I was just going to say is at whatever level or whatever age you are, networking is everything.
Yeah.
So you all know you might get heard or seen by somebody and they might introduce you to something else that's bigger and better down the road. So,
and it's because of all of the LA opera camps that, my friends that have been invited to, as well as me, I have been able to do with them. And that's how they know us. And that's how we get to know more people. And networking is it's so big, especially in the music community. But
it's huge in the music community.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially when you're something that's very specific like opera. There's probably not a lot of opportunity or a lot. I mean, I don't mean opportunity. I mean, to be heard and seen at your age to get to that next level and that next stage.
Yeah. We have to, be our own, and I'm really working on this. We have to be our own advertisers.
Right.
And
so they're learning the business. That's what I'm saying.
The business. And Monica and I were just talking about this the other day. Monica, you're at an advanced level where you could be doing a lot with you want. And Rhea, you see that coming where those opportunities are there. Even when you do a show like you did in front of a smaller, intimate group like that, that's such a form of vetting.
Yeah.
For all of you, like, do you feel like that just propels you? Like, oh, I have such a better calm now when I'm playing, when you hear yourself after.
For me, that was an incredibly weird experience because the audience was so close to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, hello.
I'm breathing on you.
I'm breathing on you.
Well, you did project. I'll give you that. We heard you loud and clear.
And Monica, all of you guys had a lot of people videotaping and taking pictures and taking, is that nerve wracking for you, or is that like, oh cool, I get to see how I did and pick myself apart later?
Yeah, it's a advantage, I think, because then you get to see how you perform in front of people in comparison to when you're practicing at home.
Akin to not playing in the garage.
So, Monica, what do you see for your future as far as what you want to do when you get out there with piano? Do you want to go the pop route? Do you want to stay classical? What are you looking for out there?
I think I want to stay the classical route with like Beethoven and maybe some Joplin.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a great connection, isn't it?
It's good.
That you have somebody not trying to run away from the fine arts, but to, just hugging it.
Embrace it.
Hugging it and embracing it.
Yeah, because I want to see I want to see the orchestras coming up and stuff that you're going to be performing.
Well, and we're gonna. There's competitions and there's things like that. I know, Marita, you do a lot of competitions.
Yes.
And for piano, I think they're mind numbing, and it's really tough to throw people into those. But we're going to enter some in 2017 with some of our students. But it is a very intense row, and I think before you do it, very much like what Marita has done, you have to really decide what it's for, what purpose it will serve.
What are you doing it for?
And if you decide it'll serve a certain purpose, then you put yourself through it. It's like building a house. There's going to be some torture involved, some discomfort. But if you have that, end product that you're looking to produce, it makes sense. But in the end all, like spoken like a true instructor, we want you to have joy with playing. Hey, I know we're so close. I know.
No, we're talking about quadro lessons.
Oh, the quadro lessons. We're at the very end of
before
our
we
segment.
get out of the way.
We didn't warn you, but Monica, Marita, and Rhea, we have something called the Quattro questions. You have to answer quickly and effectively. So we'll ask and we'll have it go right. Since Monica's online, we'll have her answer first, and then we'll go Monica, Marita, and Rhea. And we just ask 4 questions. They're called the Quattro. Tracy, take it away.
Oh my God. Okay. So if you are a planet, what is the name of your planet?
Monica.
Moonlight.
Moonlight Planet.
Bel canto.
Bel canto.
That's awesome.
Beautiful singing.
Beautiful singing. I like it.
Rhea?
Rhea.
There you go. Actually, there is a planet. There is a planet named Rhea in my video game, but I'm not going to go there. Yeah. No, it's good. It's good.
That's
Good
nice.
choice.
If you guys are stuck in one era of music, I'm such a music teacher. Baroque. You're going to go classical, romantic, or contemporary. Where are you going to be stuck?
Romantic.
Romantic. My romantic girl. I love it.
I'm going to say romantic.
Classical
Whoa.
from Rhea. She's
There we
stepping
go.
back.
All right. So if you guys are an instrument, what instrument are you and why?
Piano.
Really?
Yeah.
If you can't be the one that you're playing right now, what are you second? What's your second choice?
Flute.
There we go.
I like it.
I like
it.
it.
Magic flute. And what's yours, Marita?
Honestly, I'm going to say the same thing that Monica just said. I'm going to say piano because the piano it's such an amazing instrument because, you can do quiet and beautiful and then you can do loud, and I'm kind of, my personality is I'm everywhere. I'm off the walls, but I can also be calm and collected.
There you go.
And I'm also going to say flute because flute is also, mellow and very beautiful.
Yes.
And then it's also like when you say like in the magic flute, when it imitates a bird, it's like annoying and loud, and I love it.
Right?
Rhea, what do you think?
I don't know, like a xylophone. I don't know, like something.
Oh,
like
a xylophone.
Because
See?
it makes
There you
so
go.
many little like sounds, and I really like the sound of it because, like in my band class, I don't play a xylophone, but they're like the percussion. Wait, that's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
You hit it. It's percussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them are playing, and I'm not in that section, but when it sounds like little like raindrops sounding.
Oh, that is so cute. All right, you guys, we're down to the last 30 seconds now.
We are. And
We're down to the last 30 seconds.
We want to mention once again the NAMM Foundation's Taking Up Music Education podcast called Taking Up Music Education, a podcast from the NAMM Foundation about music education with host Mary Larson. Chats with teachers, parents, students, and community leaders who share their stories about what they're going to create and music learning opportunities. So
right.
believing in music. So
Yay.
we want everybody to subscribe
We
to
all
that
believe
right
in
away.
music.
Check that out on Intertalk Radio and through NAMM. You've been on live with Monica Edeger and Marita Villalobos and Rhea Rao.
All right, awesome. And we will see you guys next week. I'm Tracy Smith.
I'm Beth Venus.
And we are Girls Talk Rock. Thank you so much to the Intertalk Radio Network. And check out a bunch of events coming up from Silver Tiger Production, Village in Holidays in the Village. Sorry, La Mesa, California, and Sheldon's. Get over to Sheldon's service station. All right, we'll see you next week. Hey, it's Tracy Smith
And Beth Venus
of Girls Talk Rock right here on the Intertalk Radio Network.
every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, Beth, they know that, but we want you to know that the industry pro's choice is Silver Tiger Production.
STP is a full-service production agency offering sound, lighting, installations, talent buying, staffing, backline equipment rental, and sales. Kapow!
It's everything in the entertainment performance industry. It's all at
It's all that.
silvertigerproduction.com.
Hi, this is Tim Dolbear from Eclectica Studios. I'm a full-time mixing and recording engineer. I work with Grammy winners, labels, and indie artists, using state-of-the-art digital mixing and restoration tools and the very best in analog gear. Really, though, it's my ability to bring tracks to life and fulfill your vision for your music. This has made me sought after by producers and artists worldwide. So spend your time working on music and not chasing a mix down a rabbit hole. Go to timdolbear.com and check out our free one-song mix offer.
You know what's all around you every waking moment of your life? Marketing. You're choking on it. I'm Scott Robertson, and when it comes to strategic PR, branding, and marketing, I've seen it all. And actually, I'm still seeing it because bad marketing never sleeps. Join me each week on May the Best Brand Win, right here on InterTalk Radio, and learn how to make the marketing for your brand unforgettable.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. PitbullAudio.com.